We're not playing around. Matt's pulling out the weed eater.
But anyway.
What? Is this a whole conversation to explain that you're smarter than me?
Kristen don't play that game. She says it gotta be flat.
Is that a question or is that a statement?
No, I'm just telling you.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. We are super excited because we are moving forward with our big privacy wall, gate, fence situation project. On the last episodes, we finally finished up the cement block. We got it all layered up. Matt put the caps on it and now we have it all stuccoed. But now it's time to finish the rest of the wall. And the next part is we're gonna be using wood.
Yeah, we're gonna just do the fencing, the privacy fencing to keep animals in and to keep, you know, other things out. A lot of people in the comments have just gone like ballistic, like why would you even do that? I don't get it. What even is that? Is it a wall? Is it part of the house? I don't know, like maybe other people like in different parts of the world aren't familiar with like privacy fences and gates and gated communities and things like that. But basically we have that front at the front of the street to look like, hey, this is nice, this lives here. And the reason we did that wasn't to like exclude anybody or be like, stay off my land. The reason we did that is because there was a lot of dumping being done here. When we first got here, you know, there was trash everywhere. I still have like 5 different washing machines and couches and hutches that I have to dig out of the woods to throw away. So people dump animals, people dump garbage here. So the more prettier you make it, it's just going to look like, oh wow, this is a nice cool house. It's going to keep animals in, it's going to keep, you know, garbage out. And that's the main reason we did it, for privacy.
So we're moving right along. We got some things to do. This is going to be difficult. We've never done this before. We built a fence and we have things in the way. So let's get on over there and start tackling.
Yep. All right, so now that we have our block wall in place, we're going to be doing on an angle wood from here that way. It's about the same price to do. It's a little more expensive to do a block wall because the footer, you spend a little more money on concrete, but wood isn't cheap right now. So it's not really for the money, it's just for the excess of labor. It's a lot harder to do a block wall than it is to build a wooden fence. So we're going to go wooden fence off this angle, but we have to move this out of the way first. It's going to take some demo. This was the old electric box. We're taking it out because the house was here. The house is no longer going to be here. We're probably planning on doing solar. So if we do put one of these in, we'll put in a different one. So we have to tear it out now. And I don't want it to fall and hit my block wall. And I really would prefer if it didn't break this tree down either, but I'd be okay if I lost it. So I'm going to pull the truck up, tie it off, and maybe just try to pull it straight down. But if I can't pull it down, I'll hit it with a sledgehammer and get it to come down that way. Just he-man it down.
You're not that strong.
All right, it wasn't as fragile as I was hoping. Whoever built that did a good job. Hell of a job, young man. But it's still coming down.
Gonna hit our new driveway?
Kind of thinking I ought to pull her off that way a little bit. All right, so now that I got her leaned down safely, avoided my driveway, avoided my beautiful wall that we worked tirelessly on, now I'm gonna try to hit it with my sledge and see how she breaks up. All right, so I removed enough of this bottom to get the string line in for where our posts are gonna go. We're hoping that we can get the post set in today. I'm not gonna spend all day beating on that when I can come out in the morning and get it done on a different time. So I'm gonna try to get my post set. So next thing to do is I gotta cut this limb off because our line is gonna go through there somewhere for our elevation.
We somewhat figured out where our posts are gonna go, so now it's just time to dig out the hole and pour in the concrete and put the post in. I hope this goes well. We're trying to figure out the proper angle so we don't accidentally angle the post where our fence will be cutting off this tree. This tree's a little bit of a problem, but we want to keep it, so we'll see if we can work around it.
So I got my post lined in, I got it staked in. That tree came in handy for that. I got her staked in, and now we just got to pour the concrete in and set the post on this wall. Okay, so here I would say that's our line right there. All right, so now I got my string line out. Now that I got my first post set, I'm gonna run a stake over here so that I'm gonna be able to mark my posts all between the edges, and it's gonna let me space them correctly and also keep them facing correctly so that I have a nice flat panel when it's all said and done.
That's the dream, right?
That is the dream. Getting my water level set up so we can find about where our grade is going to be for the top. We want it to be perfectly flat across the top. We're not going to follow the floor and have it go up and down. Kristen don't play that game. She says it got to be flat. So we're going to find out. The grade doesn't look too far off. So we just want to kind of know roughly where we're going to be.
This here?
This one, I gotta go kind of far away for a second, but
I don't even know if your tube goes that far.
Did it go about this far though?
Oh no, my water's coming out.
Okay, you line it up.
Right there.
Okay, so that'd be about here. If you're looking at me, top of the fence would be about right here.
Is that a question or is that a statement?
No, I'm just telling you. Put your finger on it.
Time to put in all the posts.
All right, so me and Kristen were figuring out being sweet lovers, putting our two beautiful brains together, and we're basically figuring things out as we go, explaining things. This is what this does. This is what the level is going to be. You know, oftentimes when you're both leading the crews, you have two separate viewpoints of how the project's going to go. So when they start to conflict, a lot of questions come up.
Yeah, neither of us are followers. We're both leaders.
So it's like, oh, okay, if you got it, but I think everyone in the world is smarter than me. So don't agree with me in the comments or I will get mad. But I think
he doesn't actually.
I think that everyone in the world is like smarter than me or as smart or smarter. So I always think everyone's got a better way to do things. So, you know, I have to stop. If she says she's got a way, I'm like, oh, maybe she's got a better way to do it. But sometimes she doesn't. But anyway.
What? Is this a whole conversation to explain that you're smarter than me?
But the day got away from us a little bit more, but I think we have a good mind for what's going to be happening tomorrow. So today I'm going to go ahead and bust up the rest of this concrete. I'm going to throw in my headphones. I'm just going to bear down on it. You already made dinner. You made ham sliders today, so we're going to be good on that. We do have to feed the kittens. Should we show the people what we got to deal with when we feed the kittens?
We can.
Y'all want to feed the kittens with us? Let's go feed the kittens and then I'm going to bust this up. So this is my food station, don't mind the mess. I got this for my gatos, dry food. I got this for my politos, my chickadees. I got a bunch of mixes and stuff in there, feeding them. And then I got my cabras, my cabron and my cabra. Cabro and cabra. So this is for the goat food. I do that because when I leave, I like to stock these up when I leave for a week to go get Kristen fitted for a wedding dress or something. It's easy for my friend to come and feed them for me. But right now the cats, because they're the most spoiled rescue cats in the history of Puerto Rico, they get wet food at night. So they're not eating dry food right now. The wet food's down here in this little barrel. Now these cats have never been fed in the history of the planet. That's how they act every single day. So here's the point where I gotta fish out their bowls. But I like to not let them out because then they eat it while we're filling it. So it's a nightmare, but you can't do it. You just gotta let them out. The only one that don't come out is Hoobs. He still sticks back in his own lane.
It looks like you have an endless amount of cats.
Wait, maybe they're gonna go back in. Oh, fat boy. These are the two stinky twins. These are the ones I gotta keep inside because they eat it all while I'm putting it in the bowl and nobody else gets any. No, no, no. All right. This is where you got to put them in. Make sure they get their own food. You got to place them because the two big boys, they will push everyone else out and eat everything. So Hoobus is kind of shy and he won't get none unless you push everyone away and let him sneak in. But Panther ate a rat the other day, so he's been getting his own treats and you know, that's been going good. But we only let them out. They can't get the birds because of the bells on their neck. So they still haven't got a bird. Biddy did chase the bird the other day, but she can't get him. So she just gets sad about it.
the next day. Yesterday, when we were trying to put that post in between a regular spider and a tarantula started crawling up my leg. We do have tarantulas here. We see them every other day at nighttime. So we're not playing around. Matt's pulling out the weed eater. We're gonna already have to cut this, so we probably should have done it from the beginning. We didn't, but here we are. Matt's about to rip the grass. Any last words before you rip this grass? Okay, here we go. We're going right into it.
All right, so I found a bunch of cable. So I said, you know what, there must have been an old telephone pole here, but it blew down in the hurricane. And it is here no longer, but they did leave the stump for your boy old Uncle Matty. Appreciate that. And I'm thinking I'm gonna have to cut this down because we don't want this stump showing in what's gonna be Kristen's beautiful love child of landscaping. All right, so she's splitting up pretty easy. That'll help a lot. Splitting down a long way with the grain is a lot easier to do than hitting it on the side. So I'm just gonna split it up a little bit, come in with my chainsaw, zip through that. But I don't wanna lose too much time today. I really wanna get these posts set in and be done with it. I'm gonna set in my post on this end since I don't have a wall to plumb this to. I got my Empire post and pipe level here so that I can get it all perfectly set up and ready to go. Oh yeah, that looks nice right there. That looks real nice.
It's a hot one today, people. So if Matt looks like he's melting, he is.
I'm missing one of mine. What happened? Is this thing missing?
Oh, you're missing a level?
This one, we're missing this one right here.
Oh my
Which defeats the purpose.
You gotta return it. Look good?
Yep. She's looking good. Plumb. Level. Alright, so I just gotta do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more times. So let's speed it up.
so we got all the posts in on this side. We have to move the giant camper before we can even do the next side, so we'll wait for that. But we decided we wanted to do 8-inch boards. And what are these exactly? Pine?
Yeah, we tried it with 2 separate boards because we wanted to do an 8-inch wide planks. Standard wood fence is 6-inch. So I think that these 1x8s add an elevated look to the fence overall, because it's such a big fence. You know, you want it covering such a big space, and the mountains and the sky and the trees. You want the board to be a little bit bigger. I just think it looks a lot nicer. So the only way you can do that anywhere near any sort of budget is by using just southern yellow pine. We tried to stain a few with the pressure treated, but what we like the tones better with the untreated, and then we're just gonna use deck sealant on it and seal it up, stain, seal it, so that, and then, you know, maybe once a year we have to deck seal it, which shouldn't be too crazy because it's only going to be about 80 feet total of wood fence. So get a sprayer, come out here, knock that out real quick. So we think that's going to look good. As you can see, Kristen got addicted to the custom jobs on the sailboat, and it has to be a custom color. So we was out here rubbing.
This was way too orange. We didn't want it too dark. We wanted a middle. This is the shade that we're gonna go for. It's, what is it? Golden Oak by the Varathane.
Yeah, the golden oak with the yellow pine, the way that it mixes in with that, it has kind of a cooler tone, so it looks good. Kind of a brown, it's but not too brown.
Very neutral, I would say.
It goes with the red of like the clay in this area, and it blends really well with the green. It's not too brown. You know, it blends with some of these more tropical. You get, when the leaves turn on some of these more tropical bushes, you get some orange and some burnt browns. So it just blends.
You sound like a real artist, bro.
Well, you know, I kind of am a real artist. But yeah, so we had to go through all these colors to get the right one. We can't just simply go and grab one.
And then we did multiple layers of the one that I do like. So there's like 3 layers, 2 layers, 1. It takes some time, but you know what? It's going to be worth it when it's all said and done. It was hard to find these boards, though, at Home Depot. Matt had to look through a whole palette, and I feel like most of them were bad.
I looked through.
So I don't even know how, we don't even have enough. So I don't even know how we're going to get enough.
They got them, we can source them. And Madeiras Tres usually has better wood. So when we go to the Capitol, we'll look in there at what they have. And you know, there's enough between the 2 Home Depots that we'll be able to piece it all together and we can make it work. I can hit some of those rough boards with a belt sander and make them come through. I should have got a couple of those ugly ones to see how pretty I could make them. But it don't matter. It's going to get done and it's going to look good. And you know, if we have to throw a couple treated boards in there, we'll throw a couple treated boards in there. It'll be a nice little splash of green. You know, so it's gonna work out well. But yeah, I went through 190 boards and I got 30 boards out of it. I was at 190. So, and even those 30 weren't beautiful.
And he got a staple in his wrist.
Oh man, yeah, staple.
Is it still sore?
Yeah, it's a little sore. It's a little bruised. It went like an inch into my wrist, the staple, but it'd be all right. You know, we ain't gonna cry about it forever.
To speak more about the RV being moved real quick, before today is Valentine's Day and I do have to cook up my future husband a delicious shrimp dinner. But before we get into that, I just wanted to touch real quick on the RV move. I've seen the comments. People are like, how are you gonna get your RV out? How are you gonna do this? And I think what people are forgetting is that Matt comes up with really crazy plans. We knew that it was gonna be difficult to get the RV out, else we probably would have made our wall like longer. But we knew we had to stop there because we did want to move it out. So that's why the wall ends there. Matt's gonna pull some moves. You have anything to go in on this for the next episode?
Well, I think the wall being very uniform and the same size on both sides will lend itself to looking better also. I think a longer wing to the gate would have made it look too weird. But yeah, this is something I'm a little nervous about because the four banger taco is a little undergunned for pulling this thing. It's about 7,000 pounds total, but no big deal. I don't care. What I can do is I can jack it up. And when I have some 4x4s that I can slide the tongue over, so that's what I'll do. I just jack it up and I slide the tongue over, then I'll back up the taco, and I have enough room here where I can run her straight out, and nothing crazy is gonna happen.
It's not gonna fall off the mountain. What my
probably ain't gonna fall off the mountain. You
My
never know.
worry is that we're going to rip the side of our brand new wall while it's going down the driveway.
We'll rip the side of the wall and rip the wall of the house off. All that would be bad if that happened, but that's not gonna happen because I can, once I get it on the pavement, I believe, I'm not great at driving trailers backwards. If you ever saw me at a boat ramp, you'd be like, that's pretty funny, Uncle Matty. I would have thought that you would have been better at a boat ramp. There's a reason I sailboat and I don't bass boat. But I think backing up on the pavement will be a lot easier. It'll have enough traction. It can definitely move it. So I'll be able to back it around the corner and then pull it close to the berm there. And then I'm pretty sure I'll be able to take it in. It's only 27 feet long. So 27 plus I think the taco's like 17 feet long, something like that, 16, 17. So I don't even know, do the math on that. I'm running about a 50-foot rig, 45, 40 something. So,
anyways, we're going to get it done. Stay tuned to next episode. Make sure you hit subscribe, like, and comment because next week's going to be a nail biter.
yeah, I told Kristen she should just leave. I said, but then she's like, how am I going to take the truck? And I said, just go for a walk.
No, you need another set of eyes. Don't listen to him, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week.
And you know what? She did say it was Valentine's Day. I just want to wish a happy Valentine's Day to my first Valentine, my mom. Mama, I love you. Just want to tell you that you're a sweet gal. You can be a fibber sometimes, Mom, but I still love you. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there. We love you, GBU. And yeah, give me a kiss for Valentine's Day, sicko. No, I'm not showing you guys me kissing my fiance. All right.
Bye.